My name is Spencer Greenhall. I'm a double major in International Relations and French Studies, and I was an intern at a small non-governmental organization called Geneva in Switzerland. Well, I was assigned to work with the Administration and Communications Department, so on a daily basis I did some research for the communications people, I did some filing, I took inventory for the administration's director, and I helped out the other employees as much as I could with small projects here and there. My favorite project really wasn't much of a project, but it was an assignment to go to an international conference that was happening on the other side of town. And I got to go there and take notes for the organization and listen for things that were important for what our organization did. And it was just a neat opportunity to be there and see international relations in action, to see all these things I had learned about in class actually happening in front of me. I sat next to the Ethiopian delegate and saw him pull out his iPhone when he was a little bored. I got to see England and Argentina bicker over the Falkland Islands. I got to see a lot of things happen that I'd only read about in books before, and it was a really neat experience. Well, the prep course helped out a little bit. It was mostly geared towards people serving different parliaments. And so a lot of what I did to prepare, I tried to look up what my organization did on the internet as much as I could. And as soon as I got there, I actually had the opportunity to look through a lot of their documentation. And so I mean, from the first day, I was given the chance to really look up on them, figure out what their mission was, and see what I could do to help that out and sort of figure out my own feelings about it, which I think really helped. I also just, during the prep course, I tried to do my best with the research and writing projects, which came in handy later. And then it turned out that some things from my other classes really helped with a lot of the projects that I did there. So things just really turned out well. Well, I was pretty worried about the cost too at first, but I knew it was something I really wanted to do. And so I determined to make it something that I could afford. I knew it would be a valuable experience, and so I just, with that attitude, I started. The first thing I did is I looked around for grants and scholarships, and I managed to get one grant from BYU, which was a great help, and I know I missed a few other opportunities that I could have taken, so I know the opportunities are out there. I asked for a little bit of help from my parents, which I needed to do, but they were happy to help me with that. But my dad said, if we're going to help you out, then we're going to have you make your first budget. And that was a great thing, because he sat down with me, we looked over all the different expenses I was going to have, and we figured out how much I could afford to spend on all the different things. And so when I got to Switzerland, I had all these goals in mind. I knew exactly what I was going to spend and on what different things, and I looked around to find the stores that were a little cheaper. I managed to find the things that worked for my budget. And because I looked into it, because I applied for grants, and because I asked for a little help, I was able to make everything fit. I spent a lot of time with the youth in the area. There were other interns there from BYU programs, a few interns there from non-BYU programs, but we spent a lot of time together. And I tried to be as active in church as I could, and that was a lot of fun. I got to travel a few times. I got to go to Bern, the capital of Switzerland, twice, and I got to go to a neighboring city of Lausanne twice, which is now one of my favorite cities in Europe. The greatest benefit from the internship was having a chance to be in a professional environment and learning what worked for me and what didn't work for me. I feel that working at this NGO really helped me decide what I wanted in a future career, and over that summer and since that summer I've been able to direct my career goals a lot better, because I know what I did like from my internship, I know what I didn't like, and so now I know where to look. And there were definitely some things I didn't expect. I thought that just because I studied international relations, as soon as you put me in an international city with an international job, I was going to love it. And I realized while I was there that if I wanted an international job in the future, I not only had to pick an international place to be in, but I also needed to pick some sort of task that I'm good at and that I enjoy doing. But it was something I wish I had known before going there, just to that just because it's international didn't mean I was going to like it. I needed to pick something. And while I was there, I managed to pick things that I did enjoy about it, but there were other things that I thought I was going to like, but I didn't as much. I would recommend this internship to anyone who wants to really get a feel for what international relations is, because I was able to take it from something I read in a textbook to something I was seeing happen in front of me. And that was an experience that I'll never be able to have again without going on another internship. So I would recommend it to anyone who